The drama surrounding the upcoming Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight feels more like a circus than a sporting event, and yet, that's exactly why people can't stop talking about it. It's the kind of matchup that has fans, analysts, and legends of the sport divided right down the middle. Some see it as a disgrace to boxing, while others call it the perfect storm of chaos and entertainment. Either way, it's got everyone watching. The fight has been called a freak show, a collision between spectacle and skill, where everyone knows it's madness, but still can't look away. It's not about titles or legacy anymore, it's about pride, power, and the unpredictable pull of the spotlight. When Floyd Mayweather reportedly stormed the stage at the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis press conference, it sent shockwaves across the combat sports world. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and suddenly, what many thought was just a money grab started to feel personal. Floyd, the man who once mentored Tank, stepped up to warn Jake, and that gesture alone said everything about the stakes. Davis stood firm, confident as ever, saying he was sent to deliver karma, to expose Jake's flaws and end the YouTuber's boxing illusion once and for all. But while Tank promised fireworks, critics argued that the whole thing looked more like a stunt than a fight, a collision between two different worlds that don't belong in the same ring. Ariel Helwani, one of combat sports' most respected voices, pointed out the hypocrisy of fans' reactions. When MMA stages these crossover events, people call them fun. They call them bold. But when boxing dares to do the same, fans cry that it's ruining the sport. It's a fascinating double standard. People claim to love purity, yet they line up to watch chaos. Maybe it's because Jake Paul, for all his arrogance, has mastered the art of drawing attention. He knows how to make people care. Whether they want him to win or to get destroyed, he gets them watching. And that's what keeps the money flowing. Floyd Mayweather, ever the strategist, had his own take. He didn't condemn Jake or his brother Logan for what they're doing. Instead, he acknowledged that they're simply playing the game, profiting off attention while they can. Yet, even Mayweather admitted Jake's never been tested by someone like Tank Davis. He's never faced that level of speed, precision, and power. No matter how many MMA fighters or faded pros he beats, none of them fight like Tank. And that's where the intrigue lies. It's the unknown, the what if. What if Jake really lands? That one clean shot? What if Tank's power doesn't translate against someone that much bigger? It's that razor's edge of possibility that keeps people hooked. Many fans, however, aren't buying it. To them, this fight is a joke, a meaningless sideshow that taints Davis's legacy. They see Tank, a fighter with years of discipline and knockout wins, stooping to share the ring with a YouTuber. It feels wrong, like a world champion stepping down into the mud for clicks. But others argue that the hate comes from jealousy and fear that the sport is changing, that the entertainment side has finally overtaken the noble side of boxing. And still, within that tension, there's an undeniable fascination. Some fans believe Tank is walking into a trap, that Jake Paul's size and power could actually make things dangerous. Fighters like Terrence Crawford and Devin Haney have said as much. They believe Tank's skill won't matter as much when the weight difference comes into play. A bigger man with decent boxing ability can still be a serious threat. Others laugh at that notion, saying Davis's experience will expose Jake's every weakness before the first round ends. The buildup around this fight has turned into something bigger than boxing. It's become a study in perception. Shakur Stevenson, a technical genius in the ring, found himself caught in the storm when reports came out that he'd sparred with Jake Paul. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Fans accused him of betraying the sport, of supporting the circus. But Shakur brushed it off, saying he didn't care what anyone thought. His calm response showed a maturity few expected, yet the controversy proved how much emotion this matchup stirs in people. Everyone, even those not involved, seems to have something to say about it. Then there's Keith Thurman, a man who's been around long enough to see how the game really works. His take was simple. People can hate all they want, but they'll still watch. In fact, the hate fuels the hype. The same fans calling the fight stupid will still tune in on fight night, popcorn in hand, ready to see if Tank delivers destruction or if Jake shocks the world. Thurman said it best. The critics are part of the show. Without them, there's no noise, no buzz, no reason for the cameras to roll. But beneath all the entertainment value lies a deeper frustration among boxing purists. They remember a time when fighters chased greatness, not followers. They look at Tank Davis, a man who could have faced the best in his division, Haney, Shakur, Lopez, and wonder why he's wasting his prime on this. They see the potential for true legacy slipping away for the sake of a quick payday. Tank's camp, though, insists this is all part of the plan, that it's just business. They claim that fighting Jake Paul on Netflix will bring more eyes to boxing than any title bout could. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is what boxing has become, a hybrid of sport and spectacle. Gervonta's trainer, Calvin Ford, sees things differently. To him, the fight is still a test, not a circus. He believes Tank's speed, timing, and ring IQ can overcome Jake's size advantage. He's seen Tank dismantle bigger men in the gym, and he trusts his fighter's instincts. That's the old school mentality, believing in skill over hype. Yet even Ford can't deny that money talks, and this fight, for all its controversy, promises a payday too massive to ignore. As for Jake Paul, he's playing his part perfectly. Every post, every taunt, every stare down is crafted to keep the attention on him. He thrives on outrage, on the disbelief that he's made it this far. He's not pretending to be a traditional boxer. He's building an empire out of shock value. And with every critic that mocks him, his name only grows louder. He's turned the whole sport into a debate about what real boxing even means anymore. For Gervonta Davis, this might be the ultimate gamble. If he wins, people will say it was expected. If he loses, or even struggles, it could haunt his career forever. But maybe he doesn't care. Maybe, like Floyd, he knows legacy isn't written by purists. It's written in dollar signs and global headlines. Maybe, in a world where attention is the new currency, both men have already won. At the end of the day, this fight represents the clash between tradition and evolution, pride and profit, skill and spectacle. It's a freak show that everyone loves to hate but can't resist watching, whether you're tuning in to see Jake Paul humbled or Gervonta Davis tested, one thing's certain: no one's looking away. So what do you think? Is this fight a bold step into boxing's future, or the moment the sport finally sold its soul for clicks? Will Tank prove that skill conquers size, or will Jake shock the world one more time? Let us know your thoughts below, and if you love deep dives into the chaos of modern boxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next big breakdown.